Hi, this is Jacob Allen with AEP 853 Mod 1. First off, just a little information about myself. I am from Ottawa, Kansas. I currently live in Denver, Colorado. I worked 3 years at Junction City and then 4 years in an alternative school in Lakewood, Colorado. It's McLean High School, and I am a math teacher. Nextly, I love going skiing, which is part of why I like living in Denver, and then also exercising in my free time. And I'm also a very big sports fan, so Chiefs, Royals, and Kansas State, since I grew up in Kansas. Nextly, I don't have any actual children, just two fur children with my wife of 4 years, and that's a photo of us in the corner there, in front of our house here in Denver. This is transition slide over to our questions. So first question is, if an inclusive culture starts on the premise that everyone in school, students, educators, administrators, support staff, and parents should feel that they belong, realize their potential, and contribute to the life of the school, what is the school leader's role in maintaining this culture? And then what do you do if it doesn't exist? First I have is that this is a top-down approach. You have to show that you are an inclusive person yourself from the get-go, and then let your staff know that you have a commitment to that. Then spread that out to parents and spread that all around the district that you are an inclusive school. So like I said, I think the principal is the most important person. If the principal doesn't believe in an inclusive culture, no one else will. So if it doesn't exist, that again is your chance to make change for your school. Next up, the second question. An advocate is a person who empowers their students. They give advice, encouragement, or a listening ear. It's an individual that lets a student know that they have someone who believes in them and who is there for them. What support can a school leader provide to encourage advocacy? This is something I feel like my current school does pretty well. We have lots of resources for students to go talk to at their school. So I would first check the budget to see how many different counselors or support staff you can bring onto your school for students, somebody to speak to, whether that's adding counselors, whether that's adding outside mental health counselors. And then other things I've seen in the past that have worked well are mentors. So that could be a teacher mentor and also student mentors. And then another one from a previous class I saw was this check-in and check-out strategy, where a selected students that you deem as high risk, check in and check out with teachers so that they have somebody they can talk to at all times of the day. Next one was, what plans and strategies can be implemented to ensure the equitable treatment of students and or staff in an inclusive culture? So most of our readings gave us various ideas of how to go about this. One of the couple biggest ones I liked were academic support first, making sure those students feel like they have a level playing field. The example used in the reading was helping students who don't speak English to get up to a place where they do feel included in education. Nextly, a repeated idea was training your staff and also making sure their curriculum fits that, so that it is an all-inclusive school. And then lastly, having open discussions, or that your school is a place for discussions as well. Things can be discussed, changes can be made, people feel like they can voice their opinion. And then the next question, what steps can a school leader take to change negative assumptions that affect teaching and learning in an inclusive culture? I think this is one where you can advertise your school, can change negative assumptions about your school by putting out positive images about your school. I know I've taught at schools where there is negative assumptions about my schools that I've taught at, and that it is an inclusive culture. And they've flipped this around by first principal getting behind their staff and saying, everyone can learn, and training us on how to teach different types of students, giving opportunities to students, having advocacy, somebody for them to listen to, and then of course, using social media as a good platform to show all the positive things that happen in our school. And then word of mouth also is bigger than you would think. We get students, almost every student at my current school, we hear from them, oh, so and so told me about all the awesome things that were going on here. So that's why we applied here. So I do think that you can change your public perception by starting with a principal that's a go-getter and then blasting out all the information, good things that are happening at your school. And then lastly, references for this assignment, the articles we had. And thank you for listening.